Hey, Blue Table fans! It's time for a battle report, a Warhammer Fantasy battle report. I'm super excited because I have finally done it. I finally did a Beastman army. Yeah, it's all done. You want to take a look? This army is between 2,500 and 3,000 points. It has all sorts of specialty stuff on it. Most of the troops are done level 2, so they can be duplicated quite inexpensively. There's a lot of conversion work. A lot of this army, at least half, was not painted by BTP. We've added a lot of things to it. We've touched it up, made sure everything was consistent. Let me tell you what's in it. You've got a herd of 9 Minotaurs with custom banner. I love this drummer because he's literally beating the drum. By the way, this army is for sale, and you can have it duplicated. Comes with 15 Chaos Hounds. The units that need it have magnetized movement trays, thus wise, and 10 Ungor skirmishers. Ungor raiders. You've got 2 30-man units of Beastmen. Again, one of them with custom banner there. This is our level 2, by the way. Our sort of very basic Wargamer standard. Oh, now to the fun stuff. There are 2 chariots, each of them custom. I converted them myself. So here's the first one. They have a Bestigor as a crewman. These awesome hubcaps that I put on. This is a lot of pieces from the Ogre's Thunder Tusk kit. These are boars from the Savage Orc Boar Riders. So the boars are really cool upgraded ones. Tons. He has like this giant rack of horns on the front there, and just a group of secondary knife weapon holder things. So very deluxe on that one. This one is also a unique creation. The yokes here are actually from an Ogre harpoon launcher. So this was my answer. The horns and whatnot is my answer to scythed chariot wheels, because actually I don't know if they're supposed to have those. But anyway, they certainly look cool no matter what. So there's that one. And here is a custom BSB. I don't know what range this battle standard bearer is from, but he has an ogre weapon. That's from one of the new ogre kits. And here's what he looks like. He's got some awesome base work on him, shield on his back. And here's the banner. I'm so proud of this banner. This is the BSB for the whole army, and that just really that banner makes me happy inside. Okay, for heroes, we have, I'm not taking this to the game today, but for heroes, we have a converted from Necromancer Bray Shaman, and also a Beast Lord with a great weapon. This is a GW sculpt, pretty standard there, but very dynamic. And also a Beast Lord with 2 hand weapons right there. He's in with the Bestigors for this game. And last but not least, 2 amazing Gorgons. Let's see if I can get those guys in the front here. This is a new kit, and it is spectacular. These guys are about 7 inches tall, possibly pushing 8. They're on chariot bases. Oh yeah, I love this kit. It is absolutely gorgeous. And so I did 2 different poses here. And these guys are ready to roll. And these are the 2 rare choices for the army. It's 275 each, so they're 550 points. Oh, and I did forget, there is a Doom Bowl in the army. So there's that guy. That guy is BTP painted. Gorgons, chariots, most if not all the heroes are BTP painted. I think it's just the Bray Shaman who's not. So that is the army. It's well balanced. I can't wait to see how it fares against Josh. And away we go. And go.
Hi, I'm back for one last big hoopra.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hoopra, hoopra. Anyway, I brought orcs again.
Yeah, I'm glad you're excited. Let's roll.
These are my orcs again. So I've got my biggins with a BSB and a level 4 wizard.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, biggins, BSB, level 4 orc wizard. Then I've got my black orcs. Still got 30 of them. 2 units of night goblins. This time I have a level 4 shaman, and I got a boss for him this time.
Okay.
So he's
this will be the ultimate in wizards versus no wizards.
Oh, are you trying
2
no
level
wizards?
4s? Yeah, I'm trying no wizards.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
2 rock lavas.
Okay.
2 boar chariots.
All right.
And an arachnarok with the flinger, flinger, I'm not sure. Right. And 2 mangler squigs.
Okay.
The whole point of this is I'm going to get them into combat.
All right.
Finally going to fight.
All right.
Finally!
They're ready. Okay.
It's the whole point of this army.
My new objective: keep the black orcs out of the fight.
Yes.
All right. Let's roll. Literally, we're going to roll. We're going to roll dice for deploy first. Okay. Choose sides, deploy first. Yeah, it's not deploy first, go first in Warhammer Fantasy. You still roll off. Oh, so I got it. So I'll take this side because I kind of picked this side because it was closer to my desk. Let's talk about terrain. I think... oh, and by the way, right, because you have to go through all the stuff to begin with. This terrain is by a company who sent it in as samples. And I have, for a review, so we're going to play on it. I'm still going to do the review. However, I can't find the email of who sent it. So if you're that person watching going, hey, that's my terrain, get in touch with me right away so I can give you a proper review and I can come, so I can produce my side of the bargain. And I'm really sorry I lost your contact information. Anyway, it's really nice terrain. It's this autumn-themed stuff. This board was the closest we could get to something that matched that. And through the game, you'll be able to see this possibly a little bit closer. So I think we should just do them as, I don't know, like this would be a hill, right? A hill, a hill, a hill. I think movement trays will fit on that. And we should make these ruins what we normally do is it gives you a +1 to your ward save if your unit is touching it. Okay. So, and that's all you got to do is touch it. Like a unit right here that's just in contact, that counts. And we just imagine maybe there's smaller adjacent ruins to these. And that actually can really help you out in the game, as I found out in one of my games at Valhalla. Okay, anyway. All right, that's it. So away I go. All right, we finished deployment, and but just the inside story on that is that Josh had 10 deployables plus heroes, which is a 11th deployable, effectively. I had 13 plus heroes. So because I won the roll-off, as Josh kindly pointed out, it's better for me to let him set up first because he's going to get the +1 to the roll to go first anyway.
Regardless.
Yeah, no matter what happens. So now what I try and do is I try and make sure the maximum number of points are deployed after he's completely deployed. Mm-hmm. So after he deployed his black orcs, which I'm trying to keep out of the equation entirely, I dumped the Minotaurs, the Bestigors, and 2 Gorgons over here on this side, which is called overloading the flank. Something I've talked about specifically with Beastmen. Other armies could do it, like you can really overload it. Like you can deploy 10 units, 10 30-point units of Chaos Hounds, and then deploy the other 2,350 points of your army after your opponent goes. Is that unsporting, Josh, to do that?
That's smart.
Part of it. That's part of it.
Yeah, you guys can do it.
So,
Chaos can do it. Ogres
yeah,
can do
and
it.
there's your question: is what? How many points can you get after your opponent has deployed? But the problem is, when you're playing on a 6-foot board, there's only a limited amount of space. So when I deployed, I made sure to leave kind of a blank spot here, right? So I could have gone over here, or I could have gone over here. Another thing is you can put, if you're willing to sacrifice a couple 3 inches, you can put your skirmishing units in the very front, and then effectively, like for example, you could have Ungor Raiders, you could have 10 units of 5, so 50 of them, and you could just be like, deploy them all the way across the front of the board. And then you could just basically deploy your army however you pleased behind that. Okay, so talk about where your stuff is and, you know,
why I put it there.
Give us a tactical analysis.
Okay, so I put the Ragnarok right in the middle, because that's always done well for me. It's always been a good thing, so now it can go any kind of which way it wants to, support wherever it wants. Put the Mangler Squigs right near it in the middle, just because I don't want it out on the flanks, just not doing anything. Rather, just better to go forward.
That's an excellent point there, which is you have a troublemaker, and it's flanked by like guards.
Yeah.
So if I try and get into that,
it's going to hurt.
And take care of it, I have to deal with other problems at the same time. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, and then I had these guys. I just couldn't put them on the hill, right. So
and we can say they're up there.
Okay.
Yeah, which is what I did. I just said my guys are here. I just couldn't get them on the tree.
Because we don't want to break the terrain. It's awesome terrain.
Right. It is awesome terrain. And actually, these trees do come out, which is a nice feature.
Oh, do they? That's
yeah,
awesome.
Hold on a second. Nope, we glued them in. So that could be a feature when I do my review. That because the trees did come where they were just pegged. Okay, go ahead. What else?
Okay. Then I had to deploy these guys down here because I didn't want them just on their own some, and they couldn't fit over here, so they're just kind of behind. So it's kind of like what you did, where you just kind of put them back a little bit.
Right.
And later in the game, they'll just move up because they're not too important right now.
Right. They can still do what they're supposed to do.
I put the Black Orcs on the end just to hold the flank, just in case you did start deploying stuff over here.
Right.
And then lavas in the corner so they can just fire whenever they want, and chariots to protect them. There's a little bodyguard.
And yeah, you can't, like I can't just rush up there.
Nope.
Okay, great. Now my analysis.
Yep.
As I mentioned before, this is like 450 points. I put 1,000 points over here. This actually is probably like 1,300. So half of my army is like right here is concentrated. But if you look at Josh's army, it's really lined up with effectively most of his army, unless you look at the Black Orcs. But the Black Orcs, that's probably only 450 points.
Not even that?
There, right.
So I didn't take super.
Well, that can't be right.
No, they are
okay.
380.
Right, 380 points. So, yeah, it's a tough call. My weak spot is right here, which is if I'm going to go and beat face on this section, which is what I'm aiming for, is to bring the brunt to bear. I can't let the rock lavas run amok. So unfortunately, these guys are like the A team, the Ungor 8, the U team. Their mission: destroy those rock lavas. Dun 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 dun.
With machine guns and minivans, they will plow through my chariots.
These guys, they have like this. They have a van made of wood with like wooden wheels. There's like a boar like running underneath it, Flintstone style.
Should have put your chariots over there.
I actually thought about that, but I don't know. I didn't want to copy you.
Then it's just a chariot
That
fight.
would have been an incredibly good move, though. I think to have a bit of a chariot fight. And in fact, I don't even know what they're going to do over here. The question is, will these guys be able to scoot in and do something before the Black Orcs come in and pound? And I predict the Black Orcs are they're going to swing around. They're going to be a problem here by turn 2.
Yeah.
Basically, and
because there's nothing for them to do over here.
Right. So what should you do? What should you do immediately at the beginning of every deployment after it's done? Look at how your opponent can outshoot you. Can he outshoot me? The answer is yes, because I have 0 shooting. I have none.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have no shooting. Not a single ranged weapon in this entire army.
No range and no magic.
No magic. Right?
Skipping 2 whole phases of the turn.
So I don't know. I don't know. The question is, can I march the Ungor Raiders on top of the Mangler Squig and just get rid of him? Which is how you do that, right?
Yeah, you just move on top of them.
Or do I? Yeah, can I do that? And that's what my little troubleshooters are for. My little suicide units. Oh, also Beastmen ambushers, because that's the big thing the Beastmen supposedly got is the ambush special rule. And we're going to see actually how good that is. But you can't. In one game, you can't just see how good that rule is because it's so random. It's like reserves, except it starts on turn 1.
Okay.
And it's kind of like outflank, actually, in 40K.
Isn't it more like?
Can come in.
Isn't it more like the Space Wolf Scouts?
Kind of. You roll a dice starting turn 1. On a 1 through 3, nothing happens. And on a 4, it's left. On a 5, it's right. On a 6, it's I pick.
Isn't the 1 I pick?
Oh yeah, and if I roll a 1, you pick the table edge. So, it's brutal.
That table
It's
edge.
brutal. Yeah, exactly. So, we'll see. We'll see. My prediction is that rule only becomes a stable part of a Beastman army when you take masses of gore herds, which I'd actually like to experiment with sometime.
It wouldn't be terrible to
What
do
if you had
that.
4 units of 25 gores, all with ambushers?
Oh yeah, I see what
So
you're saying.
2 on and 2 off. But see, even then, it's not. I don't know.
Just
I've got mixed feelings about ambushers. I wish they had just written it to be a little more reliable.
Okay. So since Sean
to
doesn't
go
have,
first.
oh nope, I gotta roll my magic.
Okay.
So my
All right.
big,
I'll be back.
since Sean has nothing to do with
This
this.
is my experiment with put the wizards into whatever it is. So a Bray Shaman would have been like 220 points at level 4, let's just say. So what did I get for that? I got a unit of Bestigors.
Or a unit of flankers.
Yeah, or
Depending on which
that
way you look
unit.
at it.
So we'll see.
Alright, so let's see what I can do. So my Orc Shaman, oops, what number is that? So 1, 2, 3, 1. Alright, so I'm changing one of those. And I think I'm changing one to a 6. Oops, that's not 6. That's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 6. And I may change it out. Nah, I probably won't. And the little wog, 5, 3, 1. Alright, so let's see what I come up with. Alright, so here's what I ended up with. So first of all, these are the magic cards for the Orcs and Goblins. Totally worth it. If you can find them for your race, get them. Especially the generic ones. So I got Sneaky Stabbin', which is the signature spell. Got Vindictive Glare, which is number 1. Itchy Nuisance, number 3. And Gork will fix it, number 4. And then this is just the lower attribute card. And for the Orcs, I got the signature spell, which is Gaze of Mork. Number 1, Brainbuster. 3, Hand of Gork. And 6, Foot of Gork. Now I switched out number 2, which is, what's it called? Fists of Gork, which is actually really awesome. I love this spell. It remains in play, and it's an augment. And the Shaman gets 3 attacks and plus 3 strength. Now the reason I switched that out, though, is because since Sean has no magic whatsoever, he still gets dice in his magic phase, which can dispel remains in play. So since this is a remains in play spell, it's like, oh, this is totally worthless, because I'll have it for 1 turn. So that's my magic. And now Sean's back. So now we get to play. Okay.
All right.
So
Roll for first turn.
first turn, I get a 7.
Oh yeah, I can't beat that.
Alright, so Orc turn 1. So Animosity, so the little night goblins are good. These little night goblins are good. And the big uns are also good. Alright, we'll come back with move. Oh no.
We gotta move the table.
Alright, so random movement. This Mangler Squig is going straight that way towards that herd. He goes, oh wow. What's that, 12, 13, 14, 15?
15. That's amazing. Here you go.
Oh.
15 towards the Vestigors.
Yep.
That's right there. Wow, that is incredibly fast. That's also incredibly good for me because guess what? Kaboom!
Bam.
That's what's going to happen.
Alright, this one's going to go straight forward.
What the Ungor sacrifice for love. 8 inches. There you go.
Just go, whoop.
Whatever looks good to you is good with me.
Alright, and since it moved through trees, it did not take a wound. Alright, and the rest we're just going to kind of nudge around.
Okay, magic phase. 6 and a 3.
My channels, nothing.
No channels, thank goodness. So I am 3 dice down. So on average, because Ty's beat, oh no, because he'll have his wizard levels to add. Yeah, that's a bad thing. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Alright. Can I borrow one of your black dice?
Here it goes.
Alright, so we're going to throw Vindictive Glare onto your Chaos Sounds.
Okay, I'm ready.
We'll do it on the bigger level.
Okay, I'm ready. Go
And
ahead.
the little purple dice is his Magic Mushroom.
Okay.
So that goes.
All right, I take it.
Okay.
Not protecting the hounds, that's for sure.
So they take.
Here's my dispel dice.
Oops.
This is strength 2 hits. We're at
Strength
7. 12 strength 3 hits. Guy, that is really excellent. And so 12 hits is going to result in 6 wounds. So it's pretty much guaranteed that these guys are going to blow up. And run away too, I might add. Yeah, there's 5 wounds. No saves, so they're killed.
Alright. Since I got a little wog spell off,
Okay.
on a 5+, I get one of your dice. So I got nothing. Oops.
Alright.
Alright, so I still got 7 dice.
Alright, that was 2 dice. 2 power dice blew up. In fact, I'm going to keep a separate log of what's killed by magic in this game. Here we go. Now this army does have a Bray Shaman in the actual model count. Go ahead. If I'm just jabbering on, you just continue and I'll stop when you're talking.
You're good. Right,
Okay.
So we're gonna do the Foot of Gork.
I'm ready. Who's casting it?
This guy.
Big guy. Okay,
He's
I'm
gonna
ready.
do it on the big level.
Okay, he's throwing.
And that goes.
That. Oh yeah, that definitely goes. Really no way for me to dispel that because it's on 21.
If you get box
6
cards,
dice.
auto.
Yeah, actually I'm going to throw all 6 dice at that. Here it comes. Well, and I could actually roll a 21. The average roll here is 20.5, I do believe. Oh, and it's not going to... Oh, there it is. Yeah, there were 2 6s. So, irresistible dispel. So I got rid of 1 spell. And Josh is should be still sitting on 3 dice.
3 dice.
And so he looks at his playbook.
We're going to do the Hand of Gork. We're going to target this guy.
And that's a movement spell. It moves him. What's the range on that?
24.
Okay.
And then I'll do it on the big level.
Okay. This could move him. So there's a 9, 13. What was the required casting level?
14.
Oh no!
Curses. That was
Failed spell. Okay, now, because we got to keep track of magic. So the score is 1 unit of hounds down for me. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
curses. I really needed that.
Yeah, you did. How far would that have moved it?
5d6.
Oh, that would have
So-
definitely got it right into...
Well, right there, so you can't march onto it.
Right. I see. Wait, wouldn't you have just wanted to have cranked right into
You
one
have
of
to
my
stay an
units?
inch away. So you can't just go through a unit.
So it can't result in a charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a repositioning.
I would have had to make some hard choices. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so shooting. I've only got my...
Now, I do want to note that the black orcs are actually up here. So that is I guess maybe a downside of this terrain for Warhammer Fantasy at least. Certainly not for 40k or a skirmish game. I actually think this terrain would be awesome for War Machine. Anyway, continue.
So
the flinger.
it's
I'm
gonna
ready.
go
What's
right
the maximum
there.
range?
It's a stone thrower, so 60 inches.
Okay.
So he's going to put it right there on top
Okay,
of the middle
I'm
guy.
ready.
Try and panic them. And it hits.
Okay, I'm ready.
So the guy under the hole takes a strength 3. Nothing. And then 1 wound.
Okay, there you go. 20% casualties.
Not enough. And I need them to run. So the next rock lava is going to do the same thing.
Okay.
Ooh, that goes probably in the chaos hound. Is that
It's not parallel. It's more like this.
Okay.
Just a little bit. So 8 inches. Yeah, that does hit 3 Chaos Hounds.
Is anybody under the hole?
No, it just clipped him like that.
Okay. So 3 dead.
3 Chaos Hounds dead. Okay.
And the last one, we'll put it right there again because I gotta get him to run to keep my Englishwick alive. And that's
10
just gonna
inches,
miss.
yeah.
Alright, so failed attempt.
All right, on to Beastmen.